supplies valued at 250,000 kwacha to Linda Urban Health Clinic in Livingston. Stay tuned for the details coming soon.
The News, 88.5 Sun FM.
And now the details. Zambia has reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to the common African position on the United Nations Security Council reform, joining fellow African nations in a renewed campaign for permanent representation on the global body. Speaking during the 6th summit of the African Union Committee of 10 C10 heads of state and government, President Hakainde Hichilema emphasized that Africa's exclusion from permanent membership on the Security Council is a major historical injustice that must be urgently corrected. The virtual summit was chaired by Sierra Leone's President Julius Maada Bio, who was praised for his leadership in steering the continent's reform agenda. The Zambian government called for increased budgetary support from the African Union to strengthen the C10's advocacy and participation in ongoing intergovernmental negotiations in New York. President Hichilema urged African states to remain united and strategically engaged with global powers to build momentum around the Ezulwini Consensus and certain declaration cornerstones of Africa's reform demands. Meanwhile, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Internal Cooperation Mulambo Haimbe echoed the president's sentiments, stating that the AU's 2025 theme, Justice for Africa, reinforces the urgency of the campaign. He encouraged fellow ministers to propose actionable strategies to move the reform efforts forward. The C10, which includes Zambia, Algeria, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Kenya, Libya, Namibia, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Uganda, was established to coordinate Africa's position on Security Council reform and advocate for 2 permanent and 5 non-permanent seats for the continent. As the summit concluded, Zambia reiterated its call for a more inclusive and representative United Nations, one that reflects the geopolitical realities of today's world and respects Africa's rightful place in global governance. The Energy Regulation Board ERB has announced that low sulfur gas oil and petrol are the most consumed petroleum products, accounting for 96.7% of the national consumption in the first half of 2025. Speaking during the ERB's mid-year institutional briefing, ERB Director General Engineer Elijah Sichone revealed that average diesel consumption rose to 4.54 million litres in the first quarter of 2025, compared to 3.75 million litres during the same period in 2024. Engineer Sichone also disclosed that the National Power Utility Company ZESCO fell short of its key performance indicators KPIs, scoring just 50.9%, significantly below the benchmark of 65%. On a more positive note, he highlighted that the ERB surpassed its non-tax revenue target by 13%. From a target of 358 million kwacha, the board collected 403 million kwacha during the period under review.
This drag-reducing agent on the Tazama pipeline has improved the daily pump-over volume from an average of 2.8 million litres per day to an average of 3.6 million litres per day. This is expected to enhance the security of supply of diesel in the country.
We now take a break and return with more news shortly after this break. Stay with us.
The Zambia ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.zm. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your ABSA cards. Your story matters. ABSA.
The National Pension Scheme Authority (NAPSA) has donated medical equipment and supplies valued at 250,000 kwacha to Linda Urban Health Clinic in Livingston. The gesture aims to boost healthcare delivery and support national development. Speaking at the official handover ceremony, NAPSA Director General Muyangwa, represented by Head of Corporate Affairs Kefas Sinyangwe, stated that the donation is part of the authority's broader corporate social responsibility (CSR) strategy, which recognizes health as a pillar of social and economic advancement. Mr. Muyangwa emphasized that national productivity is closely linked to the health and empowerment of citizens. He said the initiative reflects NAPSA's commitment to improving community welfare. The support to Linda Urban Health Clinic falls under NAPSA's 2025 CSR allocation of 1.1 million kwacha, which includes targeted interventions at health institutions nationwide. Other beneficiaries are the Cancer Diseases Hospital and the University Teaching Hospital in Lusaka, as well as Mbala District Hospital in Northern Province. Highlighting the authority's strategic CSR approach, Mr. Muyangwa noted that all interventions align with NAPSA's mission of securing the socio-economic future of Zambians. In addition to healthcare, NAPSA's CSR pillars cover education infrastructure, youth empowerment through sports, wellness, and HIV awareness programs designed to build resilience and productive communities.
In a show of corporate goodwill, the National Pension Scheme Authority (NAPSA) has reached out to Linda community, donating essential medical equipment to Linda Urban Health Center as part of NAPSA's ongoing effort to give back under its corporate social responsibility program. During the handover, NAPSA Director General Muyangwa, who was represented by NAPSA Head of Corporate Affairs Kefas Sinyangwe, explained that the medical equipment and supplies worth 250,000 kwacha were part of NAPSA's commitment to uplifting the social welfare of communities and contributing to national development through improved healthcare delivery.
At the core of NAPSA's operations is a responsibility that goes beyond just providing social security. As a public institution entrusted with securing the future of Zambians through payment of benefits, we recognize that national productivity and by extension economic development can only be achieved if our people are healthy and empowered.
Also speaking at the event, District Health Director Malungwe Kalaluka highlighted the importance of the donated items, particularly the resuscitator, in boosting emergency response services for newborn babies. She also emphasized the need for proper handling and maintenance of the equipment to ensure long-term impact.
This facility receives, initially before Mulala had a maternity house, they were receiving expecting mothers from further on in the community. And most women will come and deliver from here. Sometimes the cases will complicate and the baby will need further resuscitation. That was limited because of the equipment that was available. But now we have this resuscitator, so the baseline care needs to be provided before the babies are further transferred to Livingston General Hospital. And if the resuscitation is done efficiently, they might not even need to be repaired. So the equipment that has been donated here will truly go a long way and change the face of the facility. It's also very nice because as the community members come to facilities like this, despite how dilapidated the building may look, when they see that the equipment there is equipment that's up to par, they become confident to be able to receive services in facilities like this.
And Livingston City Council Director of Public Health, Chileshe Mapemba, who officiated as guest of honor, said the donation had come at a critical time because it aligns with the broader goal of improving the quality, safety, and accessibility of health services in the city.
In this context, today's donation could not have come at a better time. It directly supports our mandate to improve the quality, safety, and accessibility of health services across our city. Linda Urban Health Center is one of the busiest health facilities in Livingston. this area and enhancing its capacity is essential to meeting the needs of our growing urban population.
And Nansanzu Area Ward Councillor Nyambesa Kubiwa expressed optimism that the equipment would strengthen service delivery at the facility and help meet the urgent health needs of local residents.
I believe this will go actually in a very, very long way in trying to alleviate the suffering that this community has been going through. So with this equipment that has been donated and with the completion of Linda Clinic, which is yet to happen this year, we are expected to actually offer a very better health service for our people here in Nansanzu Ward.
As NAPSA continues to expand its impact beyond pensions into the broader sphere of community well-being, the handover at Linda Urban Health Center stands as a clear example of how corporate partnerships can bring lasting benefits to public health. Prudence Mutele reporting for Sun TV News in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Ends the news, and now the headlines once again. Zambia has reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to the common African position on the United Nations Security Council reform, joining fellow African nations in a renewed campaign for permanent representation on the global body. The Energy Regulation Board ERB has announced that low sulfur gas oil and petrol were the most consumed petroleum products, accounting for 96.7% of the total national consumption in the first half of 2025. The National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA has donated medical equipment and supplies valued at 250,000 kwacha to Linda Urban Health Clinic in Livingston. Thank you for watching and listening. My name is Ndekazi Lungu. God bless.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.